Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this broadcast. The topic is spiritual health, praying for others. And I want to tell you a story about two patients today that highlights this topic. The context, though, before I get started on the story, is that I like to teach from a whole person health approach. And I think that when we seek health in body, mind, and spirit, that's when we have the best chance of finding health, because the integration of all three of these parts of us and letting the one part touch the other part in a whole way is the way that I see people becoming really well and staying well. So today I had the opportunity to pray with a couple of patients that had some pretty extreme issues, and they were both frightened by their problems. And one of the things that was neat about the experience was that both of them wanted to pray for me at the end of that time of praying. Now, I do offer to pray for all of my patients. Not all of them want them, but I want the prayer. I would say about 80% or so of my patients do desire to be prayed with. And sometimes they also desire to pray for me. And when that happens, I'm always lifted up. I'm always touched by the generosity and the interest in me that I experience by that person praying for me. And so I think that one of the take-home lessons that I like to give to you today is that when you offer to pray for somebody, you communicate several things. First of all, you communicate that you believe in God and you believe in prayer. That's important. But you also communicate that you're willing to take an extra moment for this person. You didn't have to take that extra moment, but you're willing to take that extra moment, and it demonstrates care. And it also helps that other person to turn away from their trouble for a moment and to gaze at God for a moment, and that lets them receive what God is trying to give them at that moment. And so there's a lot of different ways that one might talk about how prayer helps. There's research that proves that prayer is helpful in all sorts of circumstances. So I'm not going to try to make the point that prayer makes a difference, because I know it does. But these are some of the reasons that are sort of beyond the immediate issue of answered prayer. Even if prayer doesn't seem to be answered the way we want it, all these other good things still happen. And a lot of times prayer gets answered in ways we never even dreamed. And so if we never start to pray, then we're not going to see any answers, obviously. So I do want to encourage you to offer to pray for people a lot more than you have been. You'll be surprised at how many people will say thank you and accept your prayer, or say no thank you, even as they don't accept your prayer. Very, very infrequently have I found that people get angry when you offer to pray for them. So please remember to pray for other people and ask them if they want prayer, especially your friends and family. It takes the moment from something that is an average moment of the day to something that becomes immediately more intimate. And that's because God has been invited specifically in that moment. So I wish you well, God bless, and have a great day.